Hey guys, AJ here. Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing good. Now in our last video, we have set up a damage over time feature. We made a projectile trigger a damage over time in our enemy when it hits it. In today's video, we are gonna make use of this new character and we are gonna reverse the situation. That is, we will make the player come in contact with a fireball or some poison or something like that, and we are gonna trigger a damage over time on our player. Then we are gonna display a message for the player to see, and after that we are gonna make our player come in contact with water or antidote or something, and we'll reset the damage over time. So without further ado, let's see how we can do that.
So here I have added a fireball and we are going to trigger damage over time when the player touches it. And we got a nice little puddle of water over here. Oh my god, it's just a stupid blue sphere scaled down on the y-axis. But it's going to make do because I really suck at particle effects. So we are going to get burned by this fireball and add damage over time. Then we are going to jump into this beautiful puddle of water and reset it whilst displaying a message in both cases. Now setting up damage over time for the player is really easy because we already have a set damage over time which affects our enemy. We could just take this knot away from here and it should work fine. Or we could add a new string. I'm gonna call it player or enemy. And instead of compare tag player, we are just gonna say player or enemy, and we can set it up in Unity. So if we want the fireball not to attack player, we can set it up as player. And if we want the fireball to attack only the player, we can set it up as enemy. I have added a new script called cancel damage over time. We are going to attach it to a puddle of water. And this script is just going to have a non-trigger enter. And in here, we are going to have different conditions to check if it is water or antidote or anything like that. Right now, just water. So, if where tag water and other dot get command damage over time, because we are going to have a damage over time attached to a player. Dot damage type, and we are going to have an error because we haven't declared a damage type in our damage over time yet. But we'll do it soon. And if it is the case, then we are just gonna say other dot come on damage over time dot reset, and reset is again a method we will be making soon. Let's call this reset damage, and this should be equals fire. So if the player is having fire damage, then the water puts out fire. That's basically it. Now let's go to our damage over time script. Here we need a damage type string. And here we are going to set up the damage type. Now if you recall, in our previous video we've already sent a string type when the damage over time is triggered, so we can use that here. Now in the reset method, let's say public void reset damage we are just going to say damage tick timer not clear, and we are gonna say damage type equal to an empty string. This won't really work if the player has both, say, fire and poison damage, but that's a video for another day. Let's keep it simple for now and try to do this first. So I have already added a message, which is an image, to our canvas, and I have set it to the right corner, set the width and height to 500 and 100, pivot to x1 and y 2.6. Feel free to play with these values and find whatever suits you best. I have attached a text field as a child to the message, and this is just basically stretched across the message, nothing new. So yeah, again, I have set the alpha of the message to 0 because we don't want the message box to lie on our scene for no freaking reason unless we want to send a message. And we are gonna set the alpha to 1 whenever we want to send the message. Then again reset it back to 0 after some time. Also, I have attached an empty script called message to our image. So this is the empty script, and this is gonna stay empty. This is just for us to get hold of the message in a fixed button assigner script. Here, I'm just gonna declare a message variable message and find the object of the type of the having the type message on it. Then I'm just gonna return it using get message box here. So we can display the message using that. Now we are gonna add an instance of a fixed button assigner script. In the damage over time. I'm gonna call it FTA, and FTA equals get component fixed button assigner. And an update. We are gonna need an update. I'm gonna do it in update. So we're gonna need to declare an image for our message box. And I guess for image we are gonna use system engine.ui. I'm gonna call this message, and here in update we're gonna check if message equal to null. If it is null, we are gonna assign pa dot get message box to the message. In the message box we are returning the old component, I guess. So it's gonna be get message box dot get component image. Now we are gonna set up a method to assign values to this message box, and I'm gonna call this set damage. Here we are gonna declare a string, and we are gonna check if this in fact is the plan. We don't want set damage to assign a value to the message box if it is the enemy who is under damage over time. So if compare tag player, and we are gonna use a switch here. Switch damage type. We can add different cases here. So if the damage type is fire, we can say something like S is equal to you are on fire and try to find water. Let's say case poison. Say S is equal to the poison. Try to find antidote. And so on. This should be set damage. And we're gonna call this when we first suffer damage. So here, when we first get into apply damage over time method, is not problem. And if you remember, we used the same script for non-player game objects like enemies. So our enemy is not gonna have a fixed button assigner. So we are gonna have a check here. The same thing, compare tag player, and only if it is the player, we are gonna assign a fixed button assigner to it. And we should also add it here because we don't want it to try to find message box when it is a enemy and not a player. So that's about it. That'll do. Now we are gonna create a coroutine to display the message. So I enumerator display message. I'm just gonna call it display message, and this is gonna take a parameter string, and it's gonna be this message. We have passed it, and to set the alpha of the image, we need to do this. We need to first create a color, then assign its alpha to 1, and then assign the color back to our message with image message box's image. I'm just gonna call this color, and I'm gonna set it to message.color. Then I'm gonna set color dot a for alpha equal to 1, and I'm gonna then set it back to our message dot color. Now we should display the message. So message dot get component in children, because the text is childed to this image. I'm gonna say text dot text equal to s. Now we are gonna wait for say 5 seconds. We'll return here, wait for seconds. I'm gonna give 5 here, and we are gonna reset the value of alpha to 0. Then assign it back to our message dot color and empty the text. Now we need to call it here. So say start core routine, display message, and we'll just pass in this. And now we are going to do the same thing here in a reset damage. So I think it will be better if we just copy this and edit it. We are going to need a string s, and we're going to initialize it as empty string. Then we're going to check if it is player, and if it is player, we are going to come inside this if, and we're going to check the damage type, and if the damage type is fire, here instead of uh, you are on fire, right fire not, we are going to say fire put out, and here for poison, we're just going to say uh, I don't know, cured of poison. And we are again just gonna call this coroutine to display the message. Then we already got these two lines here to clear the damage type and damage decline. So that's good. So in our player 7, I have added a damage over time split, and in the firebolt, I have removed the projectile because we are not gonna need it now for this tutorial. And I have added player of enemy as enemy. So basically, here if we have enemy, it is gonna attack the player. It is gonna affect the player. And in our beautiful puddle of water, I have added cancel damage over time. We need to add a tag of water to our beautiful puddle of water. So let's do that. And we got the water tag on. And guys, one more thing. Here we need to put the set damage after the damage type has been assigned using the type, because otherwise when we go to set damage, we don't really have a damage type. So this is something stupid I just did and realized. So sorry for that. Now I think the code is gonna work fine. So guys, now if we make our lab come in contact with the fiber, we are getting a message, you are not trying to find water, and it stays on the screen for 5 seconds. After that, if we say minimize this and check the damage over time on the player, we can see that we have damage over time size equal to 1 and 0 equal to 2, rather that is a tick amount. And if we walk onto the barrel of water, we can see a message back out, and the damage tick time size is reduced back to 0 again. So yeah guys, I think that is pretty good, working fine. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts and comments below. Good luck, see you, bye.